Welcome to another edition of EdTalks. We're doing our great leadership series. And I'm going to take a little pause in that series, not just to highlight one person in Mr. Khalid Turk, but he's doing this great thing called the HIT manual, basically, HIT Academy, a field manual in the age of AI. So, Khalid, welcome to EdTalks.
Thank you. Always pleasure to be with you, Ed.
And we're recording during the World Cup. So I'm wearing my 2006 German World Cup shirt just to celebrate the occasion. And actually, I'm in Atlanta and there's a big FIFA event going on right next door that I want to jump into if I could. But Khalid, tell us about the HIT manual because I think it's brilliant. I follow it pretty religiously. You're very prolific on LinkedIn. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to talk about the HIT manual, which is, by the way, free, available on my LinkedIn newsletter of the same name, the HIT Academy. Where did it come from? This is essentially the distillation of my knowledge and experience over past 26 years or so that I've spent in healthcare IT. Where it comes from, what I've been feeling on my facing rather on my team as well as in the industry, there are huge knowledge gaps that we would expect from a HIT executive, HIT being healthcare IT executives, and even senior managers. Some people know technology, some people know just applications, some people know the change management. My dream is to build a body of knowledge that covers all the aspect that you would expect from the senior and the executive leadership. That was the vision which made me put in the 60 lessons together, and I divide them in 12 different modules, each talking to different one. As basic as understanding the healthcare business itself, as complex as managing your teams, managing your vendor partners, and managing the stack of technology that your organization is using.
Yeah, and I keep saying HIT manual, but it's HIT Academy, but it's a field manual, which I think is
That is true.
a brilliant allegory. And I will put in the show notes how to follow you. Everyone should follow. Khalid puts out great information. It's super helpful. We always have this need for more education, and you don't have to spend a gazillion dollars and go fly off somewhere. It's right there on LinkedIn. So give us an example, Khalid, of some of the things you just mentioned a few different areas that you cover. Like, can you give us like a real world example of how some company may have helped you in one of these?
Yeah, sure. I think vendor partnership and vendor management is an important aspect of any executive leadership. In that regard, I have worked with many vendor partners, and we used to call them sellers or vendors. Now we call them vendor partners. And the differentiation is that they are equally the stakeholder of your success. That differentiates a partner from a seller. Seller, once the deal is done, they disappear. But partners will continue on and they will find ways to support you as it's needed.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I would employ the same sort of tactic. Is there one that comes off top of your head where you were in a dire straits and where a vendor would have said goodbye or that's tough luck, but you had a vendor partner sort of step up?
Yeah, there'll be quite a few incidents. I've been in this role for 6 years, and before that, I was managing large Epic implementations. And a while back here in the same institute where I work now, the county of Santa Clara, when we were rolling out Epic Beaker, which is lab information system, at the time we had a time and resource crunch. We had to complete our TDR, which is technical dress rehearsal. Essentially, you go out in the hospital, wherever the beaker is supposed to be used, and make sure that every device out there is working. Your printers, your computers, your logins, everything is in place. At that time, we had a crashed schedule and we wanted to complete that, and we did not have internal resources. So we reached out to one of our vendor partners, 314E, and asked them that, can you help us? And this work required actually a kind of a junior level tech resources, but obviously they did not have so many on the bench. So what they did, anybody that was available, and some of them were senior Beaker analysts, some of them were managers, some of them were reporting analysts, every job description that they had on their bench, they brought all over the very next day. As soon as the administrative work was done and the contract was signed, they were here with us. And through their help, we actually were able to do the TDR sooner than we had expected.
Yeah, that's a great example. I've been in many of those type of pinches, man. Is you're just like you're picking up the phone or texting or whatever and looking for someone to help step up. So that's a great example. That's why, and I know you covered in the Hit Academy where you talked about be wise when you select those type of partners and make good decisions with them because you never know in times of trouble. You know they'll definitely help your organization. So, Kali, thank you so much for freely sharing your heart and your wisdom to the community. And again, I'm going to put all the connections in the show notes and really recommend that people follow you. Thanks for your
And I must say that I've learned this from you. I reached out to you once when I needed mentorship, and you welcomed me. And you also taught me one thing, that we only pour out what is poured into you. So through Hit Academy, your wisdom is also getting to the masses. So thank you.
you're very kind.